Yeah, welcome back. We continue with the objective questions, and the next question is number 16. Number 16 says, given that x is directly proportional to y and inversely proportional to z, that simply means x equals ky over z, and x equals 15 when x equals 15, y equals 10, and z equals 4. Find the equation connecting x, y, and z. This means k equals xz over y, which simply means 15 times z, which is 4, over y, which is 10, and that's 6. Therefore, the equation connecting x, y, and z will be x equals ky, which means 6y over z. 6y over z. The correct option is A. Now to the next, number 17. Number 17 says, two buses start from the same station at 9 a.m. and travel in opposite directions. Are the same along the same straight road. The first bus travels at the speed of 72 kilometers per hour and the second at 48 kilometers per hour. At what time would they be 240 kilometers apart? Okay, let this be the station from which they started, from where they started. Let this be the station they started their journeys from. Let this be bus, the first bus which moved at a speed of 48 kilometers per hour, and this be the second bus which moved at a speed of 72 kilometers per hour. So what that simply means is that distance at every instance is 48t for the bus moving in the positive direction, and distance at every instance for the second bus, which is the one moving in the negative direction, is 72t. So at what time would those two distances be 240 kilometers apart? They started at 9 a.m. They started their journey at 9 a.m. That simply means 48. Don't forget, that's the positive. That's the one in the positive direction. So it's supposed to be positive. And the one in the negative direction will be negative. That means 48t minus 72t is equal to 240, which means 48 plus 72, and that's 120t equals 240, which means t equals 2 hours. So time when they are 240 kilometers apart will be 9 plus 2, which is 11 a.m. That means they were 240 kilometers apart after 2 hours, and 2 hours from 9 a.m. is 11 a.m., which is option C. Now to the next, which is 18. 18 says a solid cuboid has length 7 with 5 and height 4. Calculate its surface area. Surface area, let me call that SA, is given by 2 into LB plus LH plus BH. I want to write that properly. 2 into LB plus BH plus LH, and that's equal to 2 into bracket. LB is 7 times 5, 35, plus BH is 5 times 4, which is 20, plus LH, which is 7 times 4, that's 28, and that's equal to 2 times 83. 20 plus 20 plus 35 is 48, 35, that's 83, which is 166 centimeters squared, and the correct option is B. Down to the next, number 19. This is supposed to be easy. Geometry is always a piece of cake, no matter how tricky it looks. This is parallel to this. This angle is 246 degrees. Is that 46? 246 degrees. While this is 68 degrees. And this is x degrees. Yeah, so we can do a construction here. can construct a straight line here. That means this line is also parallel to the two parallel lines already given. We know that this will also be 68 degrees because it's also it's alternate to the given angle 68 degrees. This will also be x because it's also alternate to x. Now the whole of this is going to be 100, and that's 360 minus 246, which is 114 degrees. Angles at a point. So x is therefore 114 minus 68. 114 minus 68, which is 46 degrees. And that's option B. Now to the next, number 20 quickly. It says, find the equation of a line which passes through 2y equals 3 into x minus 2, which is parallel to 2y equals 3 into x minus 2, 3 times x minus 2, and passes through the point 2, 3. Oh, that's simple. 2y equals 3 times x minus 2. This simply means 2y equals 3x minus 6, which means y equals 3 over 2x minus 3 when you divide both sides, when you divide through by 2. That means the gradient of this line is 3 over 2. And the gradient of two parallel lines are the same. So that means the gradient of the second line is also the same as 3 over 2. And you know that the equation of a straight line is given by y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. So here x1 is 2 and y1 is 3. That simply means y minus 3 equals m, which is 3 over 2, into bracket x minus x1, which is 2. And that simply means y minus 3 equals 3 over 2x minus 3 over 2 times 2 is 3 over 2 times minus 2 is minus 3. And this simply means y equals 3 over 2x minus 3 plus 3, which means therefore that y equals 3 over 2x. The correct option is C. Now to the next, number 21. 21 says the expression 5x plus 3 divided by 6x into x plus 1 is undefined when x equals dash. That's it. If this expression is undefined, it means its denominator is equal to 0. And that simply means 6x equals 0 or x plus 1 equals 0, which simply means x equals 0 or x equals minus 1. The correct option is B. Now to the next, number 22. A man is 5 times as old as his son. In 4 years' time, the product of their ages is 340. If the son's age is y, express the product of their ages in terms of y. Son is y. Then man is going to be 5y, since he's 5 times as old as his son. So in 4 years' time, the son will be y plus 4 years old, and the man will be 5y plus 4 years old. The product of their ages at that time is going to be 340. So that simply means 5y squared plus 4y plus 20y plus 16 equals 340, which simply means 5y squared plus 24y plus 16 minus 340 equals 0. And that means 5y squared plus 24y minus 324 equals 0. And the correct option is D. Alright, quickly to the next, 23. Simplify a over b minus b over a minus c over b. The LCM is ab, and that means a squared minus b squared minus AC. And the correct option is, that's A squared minus B squared minus AC over AB. The correct option is D. Now to the next, number 24. 24 says, in the diagram, XYZ is an equilateral triangle of side 6 centimeters, and T is the midpoint of XY. Find tan XZT. Okay, that's also supposed to be cheap. And this is it. Okay, that's triangle XYZ. This T is the midpoint. Each of the sides of a triangle is 6 centimeters. That simply means this is 3 centimeters, and that's also 3 centimeters. We want to find the tangent of this angle. Alright, before we can find the tangent of angle XZT, we need to know length ZT. So length ZT, length ZT squared is the same as XZ squared minus XT squared, which is 6 squared minus 3 squared. And that's 36 minus 9, which is 27. So that means length ZT is equal to the square root of 27, which is 3 root 3. So that simply means, therefore, the tangent of angle XZT is equal to tan XZT is XT over XZ. No, XT over ZT, opposite over adjacent. Of course, this is going to be a right angle because ZT is a perpendicular bisector. So tangent of angle XZT is going to be XT, which is the opposite over ZT, which is the adjacent. XT over ZT, which is going to be XT is 3 centimeters and ZT is 3 root 3, which means 1 over root 3. And the correct option is A, simply 3L1, 3L1. Now to number 25 quickly. Number 25. That says a fence 2.4 meters tall is 10 meters away from a tree of height 16 meters. Calculate the angle of elevation of the top of a tree from the top of a fence. Oh, that's supposed to be a piece of cake too. Let this be the fence. It has a height of 2.4 meters. And let this be the tree. Let this be the tree whose height is 16 meters. The tree is 10 meters away from a fence. So this is 10 meters. And we want to find the angle of elevation of the top of a tree from the top of a fence. This will also be 10 meters. And this is the angle of elevation we want to find. Let's call it theta. So if the height of a tree is 16 meters, that means this is, of course, this is going to be 2.42, and this will be 13.6 meters. So, of course, this is the right angle. Now, tan theta is going to be opposite, which is 13.6 over adjacent over 10, and that's 1.36. That means theta is therefore theta is a tan inverse of 1.36, which is equal to tan inverse of 1.36 is 53.67 degrees. Therefore, the angle of elevation of the top of a tree from the top of a fence is 53.67 degrees, which is option B. Now to the next, number 26 quickly. Fatty buys milk at X naira per tin and sells each at a profit of Y naira. So that means he sold each of them at X plus Y naira. That's the selling price of 1. Now, if she sells 10 tins of milk, how much does she receive for the sale? Or selling price for the entire sales is now going to be 10 times X plus Y, the amount she sold each of them. And that's the correct option is D. Now to the next, number 27 quickly. If tan y is positive and sin y is negative, in which quadrant would y lie? That's in the third quadrant. That's where tangent is positive and sine is negative. Now 28, the dimensions of a regular base of a rectangular base of a right pyramid are 9 centimeters by 5 centimeters. If the volume of the pyramid is 105 centimeters cubed, how high is the pyramid? Volume of a pyramid is 1/3 times base area times height, which is times 9 times 5 times height, and that's already given us 105. So that simply means 3 here 1, 3 here 3. That's 15h equals 105. And h is going to be, if we divide both sides by 15, h will be 105 divided by 15. That's 7. H equals 7 centimeters. So the height of the pyramid is 7 centimeters, which is D, very simply. Number 29 quickly. 29 says each interior angle of a regular polygon is 168 degrees. Find the number of sides of a polygon. Let's have a sketch of a polygon. We don't know the number of sides it's got yet, so I'm just going to do something like this. Each interior angle is 168 degrees. That means each exterior angle will also be 12 degrees. Therefore, number of sides n, which is given by sum of exterior angles 360 degrees divided by each exterior angle, which is 12 in this case, and that's 30. That's 30. That means the polygon has 30 sides, and the correct option is A. Now to number 30 quickly. Number 30 says, oh, I think this is supposed to be a piece of cake too. Obviously, this is a piece of cake. Now we have that this is M, N, P, and Q. This angle is 3x minus 50 degrees. This is 2x. Yeah, this line is parallel to this line. 2x equals 3x minus 50 because they are alternate angles. 2x equals 3x minus 50. And that simply means 3x minus 2x equals 50. Which means x equals 50 degrees. Therefore, we have to find angle NPQ, which is equal to 3x minus 50 is equal to 3 times 50 minus 50, and that's 100 degrees. The correct option is D. Alright, so that's it. We stop there and continue in the next. Thank you very much, and see you in the next. Bye bye.